And we are back. We have just completed the gold and olive car, and we are now on our way to the Jade car, which should be interesting. Hello. Hi, cat. Oh, cat, don't go up there. I'm going to have to rescue you now. My cat, as soon as I start the video, my cat jumps on top of the fridge. And he can't get down from there on his own because he's an idiot. Can you hear him thumping around up there? So, like, in a minute, I'm going to have to... Yes, kitty? You know, you're fine up there. You can just stay up there for a while. Alright. Anyway, it's time to go to, the Jade car. So, we'll just listen to your cat meow for his hubris. So, sorry if this is kind of a personal question, but... Huh? I get the impression that your species has sort of... Well, the way you seem to do romance is very different from what I'm used to on my planet. Really? Yeah. You keep using all these terms I don't understand, like... What is it? Monorail? Monorail, 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 monorail. Moirail. Yeah, that. Okay, and so we're just gonna time to explain the quadrants again. And it's like to be fair, I can never pronounce Kismis. I'm never confident in my own pronunciation of the word Kismis either. So yeah. Yeah, that. Can you try to explain? It's harder than you think to explain something that's been part of your life your whole life. How is your planet different? Yeah, I know it's Kismet Nemesis, but like you mash the words together, but like you saw me struggle with Rakupakun. The only thing we really consider romance is the kind where you love somebody and you kiss and stuff. Oh, so like a mate sprite. I guess. Is that what a mate sprite is? Only one quadrant. But there's one, I guess, that's not a quadrant? A quadrant? Yeah. Well, I'll try to make it simple. I guess the way things work on our planet, just draw the fucking grid. So everyone has 4 quadrants they have to fill: red, black, pale, and ashen. And it's like we're all homestucks here. I don't need to like read every word. Kiss me, really hate. That's what a rival. Contentious relationship. Post making you better yourself. Blah 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 blah. So you still kiss your Kismesis at the same time as your mates. Yeah. You have both quadrants filled. I think it's like, what were they? They were different quadrants. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, they don't kiss in those. Pale quadrant, you're more real in some ways. Most bone burner. Whatever balances you out, keeps you grounded. Mm-hmm. Without Moirails, we'd all kill each other even more than we do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like your soulmate. No kissing. It sounds like, I'm getting a feeling that, like, I feel like Zephyros wants to be a mate sprite with, Damek. That's what that blush just now says to me. So that's interesting. The Ashen Quadrant is the most subtle and delicate of the quadrants, and also the one that does not make sense to me. Because, like, I've talked about this off and on, both usually with people, like, in person. I don't think I've ever done, like, a blog post about it, but, like, the Ashen Quadrant doesn't really make sense to me because, like, I don't get... What does a stable Ashen Quadrant look like? You know? Because, like, it's... Because, like, okay, because, like, if you have a black couple that constantly needs the attention of an auspice to keep them from killing each other, that just sounds like an unhealthy kismesis. You know what I mean? So, like, So, like, the idea of an Ashen Quadrant being a long-term romantic thing just doesn't really make any sense. If you stop and think about it. Like, apparently some fanfics, like, everyone tells me to read Herding Cats, because apparently that has a very good example of an Ashen Quadrant relationship. But I don't really care about fanfiction. So, I don't know. You actually have two other people in your Ashen Quadrant. Some you have a contentious relationship with, and then your auspice, who mediates your conflicts with that person. Ashen Quadrant is critical to troll society because your auspice limits black infidelity and prevents quadrant vacillation in between. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna get this one. Yeah, no one does. I think maybe we should call it at the other three and leave it for a more advanced lesson. Yeah, maybe. Sorry if that was confusing. It's fine. I'm sure I'll figure it out eventually. Or you won't. But right, we have to worry about... yeah, let's go. So, yeah, that's all explained. So, so if we're really going to do... Oh, great. So if we are going to get into the shipping, conversation, we might as well point out that, like, if Zephyros really does want to be mate sprites with Damek, then that does open up like the chance for a nice little moirail ship between Joey and Zephyros, which is something I can get behind. What are we looking at? Oh, it's all of the trolls. It's all of the Jades we met before. Like, this is the first time we've seen like a screen full of recognizable characters. Well, on this train anyway. I'm stealing your moirail. Oh, that's right. I think I remember seeing that post about Joey stealing Damek's moirail. Yep, that's exactly what's happening. Bronia. Okay. Bronia is this one. Will everyone just calm down? We are calm. The only one pitching a fit here is Lanera, as usual. I'm not pitching a fit. I'm trying to help Bronia keep everyone in order. Lanera, stop. Really? Because what it sounds like is you're kicking up a mob to get me culled. Should have known the second we were out of the cave you'd try to get me thrown off the train, you black backstabbing little bitch. Oh. No one will have to throw anyone off of any trains if you just tell us where the book is. I don't have to say shit about shit. Daria, please, just tell us what happened to the book. If you say that you're innocent, I promise to believe you. But you have to say something. I'm not dignifying anything that comes out of that brown-noser's pathetic ignorant gash. Look. Lanera's ignorance of gashes is, as always, what caused this entire mess. What's that supposed to mean? Long, Daria, don't get up on her. Why the fuck not? She's trying to get you to gang up on me. I didn't even want to come on this stupid field trip. Can't you see this is a... Shh, everyone. Look. Oh, don't mind us. Now look what you've done. That's it, I'm out. Don't talk to me unless you've got something to say to my face this time. I wonder what that was all about. It's better not to worry about it. Cloistered Jades are always like this. Cloistered? Are they nuns? Is that why they're wearing Catholic school uniforms? I don't know what the C word means, but yeah, they're supposed to become nuns when they grow up. Wait, do both our planets have nuns? Are nuns a universal constant? Wow, we found something in common. Does that mean you also have caves full of children tending to trial pits and aiding in the mother grub breeding process? No. Oh, okay. I should probably let you know that there are Teals in this car, too. And Teals are stereotyped as very law-abiding. So don't do anything illegal. Weird. Well, we'll just mind our own business and keep going. Alright. So yeah, which Lonk are we going to get? I'm guessing we're going to get Problematic Lonk, because the other Lonk felt like a joke. So that'll be a treat. Hi, Cat. Are you ready to come down? all right. Come on. All right. Well. Okay. All right. Visual. Yes, you got the visual kitty this time. All right. So once again, what's this? None of the lower blood cards had lockers. Typical. They're lockers. Once again, we're just gonna walk back and forth, just to like see who all is here. Every once in a while, when there gets the crazy eyes, I like it. Don't do anything illegal. We'll just be here existing then. What did I just say? Okay. Well, she... There's there. Hey, there she is. There you go. Finally. There's my girl Theseus. Yeah, now that guy. That was the guy who I thought we were looking at in the train station earlier, but I was just mistaken. More lockers. You're even less likely to break into a Teal's locker than the Jade's. Is there really nothing stopping me from... a usable load gapper, finally. You're not even sure you're allowed to use this one. You should have used Mars's when you had the chance. Alright. Can we really just leave this, Can we really just leave this car without interacting with anyone? That doesn't seem right. Yeah, Kat is, like, glaring at me from the chat at the very notion of me leaving without talking to everyone. And like... Right here, you know what? I'm too curious, though. Like, the fact that it gives me the option, just... I have to know. Okay. Tirana. Did someone lose a book? When I tried to wash my hands, this popped out of the moisture evaporator unit. It looks... It looks, very... private? Oh! Give that to me. This is it. It's the book. In which a subjective anti-hero Bat Finland... Actually, you know what? Here, I'm just going to skip this because I'm going to get to it later when I, reload. Is this the skip button? Yeah. There you go. We're skipping this dialogue because I'm going to read it in a minute when I actually progress for real. What the f- Oh, hi, Marvis. Spoilers. This is a long conversation, Jesus. Okay. Whoop. There we go. Okay. Now we start talking to people. Wow, was that a male Jade blood? Yeah. I'm sorry, why are you talking to me? I just thought we'd say hi. Well, don't. Okay, bye then. Jerk. Well, it was about as well as I could have gone. Darla. Typical. Everyone knows it was you, Darla. Just admit it and it's gonna all be over. You nutritional excrement, ass kisser. Bronya, did you hear what you just called me? Please, everyone. Let's just stay positive and try not to point fingers. Bronya's name always messes me up because she appeared in the same friendship as Applejack. So you had the troll that reminded me of a pony, and the character whose name is like one letter off from being Brony. And it just completely messed me up. Let's stay positive and try not to point fingers. Shh, I'm pretending to read while trying to eavesdrop. Clever girl. I'm very sorry that you had to witness that. It's fine. Do you want to talk about it? Absolutely not. Jades do not discuss internal politics with outsiders. Because, one, it is our personal affair and we should not have rubbed everyone's proverbial noses in it. Two, I am trying very hard to have a pleasant holiday with my best friends. Three, no offense, but it's none of your business. Tagiri. One mysterious bladesman watches the two lowbloods pass. They can feel his piercing gaze sizing them up, assessing their weak spots with calculated ease. Yeah, Wanchi is great. I really liked her route back in the day. How's the stream? Because I'm seeing some low connection problems, some lag on OBS. Is the stream okay? Is this guy narrating what he's doing? Let's just ignore him for now. Looks fine to you. Okay, well, as long as it's fine, then it's fine. It might just be lag and not, like, actual frame rate issues, which is fine. Because I am noticing, like there is, like, let me just count this out. Oh, wow, that is a long time. There's like a 10-second delay between live action and the stream. But, you know, it's fine. Let's just ignore him for now. Stelsa! I can't believe this! What? Can you believe this? Whatever you say. Darling, you weren't even listening to me? Hey, girl. Unless you want to take my cruelest bar exam from me, please leave me alone. My. An afternoon out with a flock of Jade Bloods is better than any episode of Sterilization Scrub Operatics. Couldn't get up into the car with your boyfriend, huh? Guess not. Oh well. And here we go. Tirana. Oh, I forgot to click on Tirana. Oh well. It's like she blended into the background. I forgot to click on her. Oh well. Did someone lose a book? Oh, Tirana literally wasn't there. Okay then. Alright. She just pops up when you try to leave. I see. Okay. So she's like hiding, digging around in there? Okay. Did someone lose a book? When I tried to wash my hands, this popped out of the moisture evaporation unit. It looks, very private? Oh! I love that face. Give that to me. Eep. This is it. It's the book in which seductive anti-hero Batfin Luna becomes endowed with the forbidden curse of the Rainbow Drinker, featuring one bright journey into the desert, 6 elaborate her comfort scenes, forbidden ideas about eternal youth, 10 characters with beautiful hair, 1 death scene, 500 knowing glances, 2 sexy punch bowls filled with blood, 1 spicy meatball, 4 absolutely no clowns, literally so many corpses it might be offensive, the ever-present threat of reaching adulthood and ascending to space nundom, eggs, and 3 long makeout paragraphs and 2 love triangles in extremely vacillating quadrants. Otherwise known as Fresh Teeth, Book 5 of the Rainbow Hermitation Saga. Breathing fresh teeth in the load gapper, Daria? Really? That's perverse even for you. Would you just stuff fresh teeth up your nook already? This fighting isn't getting us anywhere. I'll say, perhaps you could use some outside arbitration to resolve this conflict in an orderly, lawful, and objective fashion. No offense, Stills, but I'd rather stick a nutritional prong directly into my eye socket than get involved in this. Emotions with an H for hemospectrum. Hemotions. Darling, just think of it as a trial one for your cruelest bar exam ever. But for your cruelest bar exam, never hurts to get more practice. The fact that I don't fall for such cut-rate manipulation is why I'm pretty confident I'm going to pass it just fine without. You are determined at all times to be impossible. Please, miss, I would like to try to keep this issue internal, if you don't mind. Try harder. Why are you fussing over some book anyway? It's not just any book. The Rainbow Emotion Saga is a profane set of religious texts that our cloister has been charged with protecting. The fact that it left our cavern in the first place is a first-rate violation of Imperial law. A violation of which law, dear? Please elaborate. Oh no. Nice job, Boot Breath. Oh! Could I maybe just get another look at it before? Why, so you can defile it more? Too bad. The thief already tore out all the naughty pages? Lunera. We're going to be in so much trouble. You said law to the lawyers, you're in trouble. Accurate. Not if Lunera shuts her crusty trap, we won't. No! I'm sick of this. As Jades, we have a duty to preserve the culture of Alternia and pass it on to the next generation. Bronya understands the importance of this sacred calling. But the rest of you undermine her at every step. Bronya is... she's so kind and understanding. but killers know the true depths of how much a lot of you despise our work. Lanera, I can speak for myself. I know, Bronia. But just this once, let me speak for you. If one must wear the crown, they need someone who can wield the whip. And I'm the whip. Is everyone else hearing this? No. Is everyone else hearing this? Be quiet, Lonk. I won't be bullied by you anymore. This stops now. Whoever defiled this divine artifact, step forward right now. Or this is going to get... It's going to get very bad. That's a promise. Yo, what's up, buddies? Suddenly Marvis. Hey, no need to stop on my account, diggity dogs. Eek! Eek! What's all this noise I'm hearing about the importance religious what's-its? Oh shit. Oh shit, indeed. Well, you really never know when to shut up. It's nothing, sir. Just Jade's being Jade's. How may I help you this evening? Suddenly Marvis is standing beside you. Lol, help me? You think I need help? No, not at all, sir. Just trying to extend a helping hand, as if it didn't mean to cause offense, as it were. Didn't mean to cause offense. Nah, it cool, bud. I was just out for a stroll. It's easy to get bored on such a long trip, right? But it sounds like you buddies be gearing up for a real roll liquor of a trial here. Don't go and tell me you guys just bored like the other cars. Of course we are, sir. Of course we aren't, sir. We are not boring, that is. Use your word. Use your words, Stells. What I meant to say is that we are currently in progress of setting up a tribunal on the spot to deal with this incident of thievery that's come to our notice. But we are at loss without a high blood of your caliber to judge the pizzazz of the upcoming trial. Oh boy. Excuse me? Excuse me. Dear darling Theseus, why don't you tell him all about it? Well, this is... Yeah, Marvis is probably the least... Yeah, Marvis is in fact probably the least bad clown to invite to this thing, but still, the idea of inviting a purple blood into this whole mess is a little scary. He probably is qualified to judge. He's probably the only one qualified to judge, really. Like, on this train. Well, besides the other purple bloods. But, yeah. So Stellis just got herself in way over her head here. Oh, Marvis was in the load gapper! That's where he came from! It's a security grub, a fancy one, too. Alright. Oh boy. What's up, Joe? Nice to see your toothy mug again. It's nice to see yours again, too. But I don't think we have time to stop and chat. Can we sneak by? No can do, buddy D. You see, TZ has been chatting me up about heinous courtroom biz. I tells you about him, lol. Shit's fucking wild. The long and short of it is that I want to begin a trial. Who stole the book, Courtroom Drama? And instead of handling it the traditional Eternian way, we test out my theory of defensive legislation. Fuck it. Where the accused has their own legislator. a defense legislator. Oh, it's time for a... Holy shit, Stella took off her glasses and it was horrifying. Oh god. Sorry. Homestuck words. Oh god, Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's time for the Ace Attorney segment of the game. Is what it sounds like to me. Oh. But yeah, I'm sorry. Every time Stelsa takes off her glasses, it cracks me up. It's like, wait, there it is. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, it's time for an Ace Attorney moment. Whereas honorable tyranny is no mindless monster, but a judge. And where the accused is innocent until proven guilty. Look at her! Look at her! Look at her, she's fierce. She's in her element. Legislator. Legiserator. Fuck. Hate this. I hate this. Holy shit. It's easy, no, sweetheart. You can't say those sorts of things in front of these sorts of people. It's heretical and illogical. Yeah, LMAO. Shit's crazy. People in chat are trying to help me pronounce this word, and it's nothing. Legislator. God, it's the Rakuplakun all over again. Oh. Not only inventing defense, but the presumptions of innocence as well. Yes, that's our girl Theseus. Here's to you. Reading aloud is hard, and reading aloud made-up bullshit words is also hard. I'm sorry, I'm doing what I can. Shit's crazy. Shit's crazy indeed. That's another great icon for you. The shit's crazy indeed. Legislacerator. 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 Oh god, Legislacerator. 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 Okay, Legislacerator. But anyway, here's another great icon for you. The shit's crazy indeed icon. That's why we need you, Joe. See, the Jade's accused Dari of stealing the book, Fresh Teeth, and stashing in the load gapper. So we need a neutral third party to defend Daria, and you're the optimal choice. What? You want me to be a lawyer? I didn't go to law school. Heck, I've barely been to high school. Nah, bud. You don't need any fancy schooling. You're more than equipped just the way you are. Really? Wow. Well, ZZ, I guess if the most qualified among us isn't, culling you on sight for your absurd ideas. Yep. Then I suppose this thing is a thing that Then I suppose this is a thing that is happening. So if the little low-blood darling right here is the defense and Marvis is the honorable tyranny, then who in the world will be the so-called prosecution? You, of course, since you're eager to please. All of my accents are becoming southern all of a sudden. It's a problem. Oh. Well, wait, I haven't agreed to this. Joe, if you do this for me, I'll make sure you get through the rest of the training. Unmolested. I can't argue with that, I guess. Maybe I'll really like being a defense lawyer. That's the spirit. Come to me if you've got any questions. Come to me if you've got any questions about what to do. This is great. Dude, we're getting Ace Attorney up in here. Teasy found a sympathetic pureblood. Indeed she did. Can we ask you some questions for the trial? Make it quick. Anything about this? About the Jades. What is your take on the other Jades? My take? Anyway, back to Teasius being the best troll. Yes, indeed. Yeah, you know, what do you feel about the rest of your, traveling companions? Very little. Well, you're helpful. Quite. So, do you believe Daria did it? You know, I just can't bring myself to care. This is going nowhere. Glad to be of help. What do you think about all this? What do you think about this whole situation? That Bronya is naive if she thinks this is what it looks like on the surface. And that Lunera could stand to get paled. What is that supposed to mean? My suggestion would be that you should talk to everyone here before making any snap judgments. Well, I was going to do that anyway, but thanks for the advice. Daria, could we ask you a few questions? Yeah, whatever. Did you do it? Zephyros, you can't just ask that. Oh. Why not? Because he's our client. She's our client. It's our job to believe that she's innocent. We can't ask her anything that would incriminate her. Why? You're considered innocent until somebody proves you're guilty. Sounds fake, but whatever. I didn't do it, but Lunera thinks I want to fill pails with Bronya, so she's not going to change her story. And that Teal blood with an industrial metallic cylinder up her nook is going to believe whatever she thinks will make the clown happy. Should we ask you some more? Could we ask you some more questions? Fine. So, all the other Greenbloods, you're all family? You can go back and ask the question. Do you miss? I noticed that. Like, I already did have to talk to Lunk twice to get both of his answers. So, all the other Greenbloods, you're all family? What? I mean, you live together. Oh, yeah. We all got chosen for Cloister when we were barely older than Wrigglers. We're the fucking special ones who get to take care of the Mother Grub and all its business cavern to grave. Now all Jades get chosen, but apparently we're the purest of the pure. Wow. Lol, right? One look at Lonk and any theory anyone has for the Cloister falls apart. That guy hatched, crawled right back into a bucket, and never came out. Oh, jeez. Anyway, everyone who lives in the cavern's a steaming pile of garbage. Can you not leave? Who the fuck are you, kid? I'm just very stupid. Whatever. Yeah, we can't leave. Do you know what cloistered means? It means those assholes are only... It means these assholes are the only trolls I'm going to get to see before I get to leave the planet. It means not like we can just sneak out and we'd be killed by drones. It's not like we can just sneak out, we'd be killed by drones. Literally, the only fucking time we're allowed to leave that shithole is Javik Week, and even that's new. By the way, you'd be bitter too. Ask you some more questions, fine. Lunera. So, about Lunera. What about her? She sucks. Not really. Not really anything else I can say. She wants to get me culled. She's absolutely convinced herself that I'm trying to fuck Bronya. Are you... Oh, no. Think I'm trying to get with any of these losers I see literally every day? I've been down that road before. I'm over it. So this book that everyone's so worried about, Fresh Teeth? Ugh, it's so fucking stupid. Fresh Teeth isn't even that dirty. I see way worse shit on the internet. Yep. It's like embarrassingly bad. Wait, how do you know that? Yeah, isn't it forbidden? Please. It's usually just sitting there in the cloister library. I'm definitely not the only one who's looked through it. Which is why this whole situation is stupid. Alright. Go away, I'm not a suspect. Do we have to talk to her? She looks like she might knife us. Do you mind giving us a statement? Yes, I mind. I find it offensive that you think I have something to hide. Daria is the culprit, plain and simple. But Daria had no reason to steal anything. I don't think she's the type to stir up a scene for yucks. What would she have to gain? She would gain tingly feelings in areas we'd best not talk about. It's one way to describe that. Daria is a nasty pervert bitch. And that's all I have to say on the matter. Haven't you had enough already? Why do you care so much? Why are you so passionate about this? You're making a big stink over it, and I don't understand why. What do you mean? Justice must be called down upon Daria. But Daria's your cloister mate. Do you not care about her? What matters most is what's best for the whole cloister. How is going through this trial going to help your cloister? Look, I'm only doing this to help Bronia. She's the one shining star that lights our way in these dark caverns. It's about time there were some consequences for how they treat her. Haven't you had enough already? About the other Jades. I want to know a little bit about your friends, I guess. Can you even call them that? We're cloister mates. I can assure you that there is no stronger connection in this whole world than between Jades and the cloister. Even though Wanchi is an irresponsible mess who reads too much deplorable literature, and Daria is a nasty thief who never respects the rules, and Lonk is a disgusting party boy slut who participates in dangerous, degenerate activities. All these infractions are just trials to test our faith and commitment to our duty. I'm so grateful to my cloister mates for providing me endless opportunities to prove my strength and loyalty. We have an unbreakable bond of blood and tradition that binds us more closely than any quadrant. You know, this all brings up something interesting, I think, about the friend sim and this little cluster. Is that, like, I wonder what life is supposed to be like generally for non-cloistered Jades. Because outside of why am I blanking on her name all of a sudden? I just it's like outside of Miriam, you know, like, we haven't really met any other Jades outside of this cloister, and she is clearly not a typical Jade. Kanaya, why did it take me so long to remember Kanaya's name? Anyway, like, Kanaya is clearly not a typical Jade blood, so, like, there are the Jade bloods who live in the cloisters, and then there's Kanaya. But then, like, what is life like for any other Jade blood? We don't really know. Yeah, for some reason I could remember her last name because Rosemary, but I couldn't remember her first name. So weird. Anyway, we have an unbreakable bond of blood and tradition that binds us more closely than any quadrant. Wow, it sounds like you guys love each other a lot. Well, alright then. Hey, Wanchi! Oh, hi. Oh, hi. I guess you want to talk about Fresh Teeth, Book 5 of the Rainbow Emotion Saga. Ooh. Yeah, so you're the one who had it first. Yeah, so you're the one who had it first? Well, I didn't bring it into the train, if that's what you're asking. I just found it. I've never seen it before. I only knew the series by reputation. Is it very well known? Not exactly, but I know some of the others have definitely read it. By the way, this is another funny thing about the Friend Sim when you step back and look. Wanshi is like the baby of all the Friend Sim trolls, and yet she's the same age, and like she's like 6 months younger than Carcat. Really, and like she's just the baby of the group. Like all of the other trolls are in their teens, and Wanshi is just barely younger than Vriska. Just kind of puts a weird spin on just the age range of the trolls in this game. Not exactly, but I know some of the others have definitely read it. It's about a Jade blood who's thrown out of the caverns for impure dalliances with her fellow Jades. Ooh. Then she becomes a rainbow drinker and has even more impure dalliances. A rainbow drinker? Oh, I guess you trolls who live on the surface have different myths. Ooh. Legends have it that there are Jades who have cheated death by becoming rainbow drinkers. They say that the rainbow drinkers can live forever, and their eternal youth means they never have to leave Eternia. But they must drink the blood of other trolls to survive. Ooh. Oh, like a vampire. Sure, if that's what you want to call it. But it's all just stories, of course. Rainbow drinkers aren't real. So the book is just a story about vampires? Well, there are rainbow drinkers in it, but I wouldn't say it's about them. It's more centered around the main character doing pretty much all of the sacrileges it's possible to do, of which becoming a rainbow drinker is one. Like, there's this one iconic scene where she gets her... Okay. Wanshi, that story sounds really exciting. But obviously you don't have the book, so we're going to talk about some other people. Gets her what in what? Hey, Brunia, do you have the key to the lockers? We kind of need to get inside if we're going to do a thorough investigation. If I were a less diplomatic person with anything more than inoffensively neutral opinions, I might say that this is all fucking ridiculous. But here. There we go. Anything else to say? Probably not. And we want to help. We're going to help y'all build up an unimpeachable offense. I really don't understand what you or that Teal blood really think any of this is going to accomplish. Because, 1, nobody cares about the truth. 2, everyone knows nobody cares about the truth, and will therefore never actually tell the truth. 3, I don't know you. We get that, we really do. I know you have no reason to trust us or Marvis. But we're all in this together, right? Shouldn't we at least, I don't know, try? Yeah, I guess we should. Anyway. So, we can ask you stuff? Go ahead. You're in charge here, right? Well, I'm certainly not in charge of the Teals or that High Blood. But I am the highest ranking Jade of my cloister, yes. Even though Lank likes to pretend he doesn't have to listen to me. So, yes. Go ahead and ask anything you like. Yeah. The other thing that Chance pointed out is that, like, it is neat seeing, because, the thing is, it's been stated before that the higher up on the hemo spectrum you get, the rarer it is. It's like rusts and oranges are supposed to be very common, and then at the top you have maybe 2 fuchsias. Probably only like 1 fuchsia at a time on planet, plus her Imperial Condescension. And we actually do see that progression here, because like the train has gotten less and less crowded as we've progressed. Anyway, ask her about Daria. Why were you so ready to convict Daria earlier? Daria earlier. Everyone seemed really convinced it was her, or at least they seemed like they didn't care if she got falsely accused. It's political. There really isn't any point in trying to explain it to outsiders, so I'm not going to bother. But if you're asking me if I have any material proof that she did it, then no, I don't. Go ahead and ask me anything you like. What are you doing out here? What are you doing out here? I thought the cloistered Jades weren't allowed to leave the caverns. We aren't. The drones would strike us down if we were to abandon our duties to the Mother Grub. Except for one single event per sweep. Jevik Week? Yes, obviously. I'm sorry if this sounds ignorant, but why are you all allowed out during Jevik Week? Excuse me. Don't you have a really important job to do? We do. And I suppose it's in contravention of hundreds of sweeps of tradition for us to leave before our ordeals. But it's the heiress's will, I guess? The heiress? Yes, maybe 3 or 4 sweeps ago, the heiress demanded that even we be allowed to attend. The drones stand down, and we are allowed to emerge from the caverns. Isn't that, potentially a big problem? Do, some of you not run away from your duties? Sorry. None of my Jades are so cowardly. This is merely a field trip. Go ahead and ask me anything you like. About the book. So, what exactly happened with the book, Fresh Teeth? It's a whole mess. But the first problem is, 1, the book should not have been in the train in the first place. It's part of a banned series to keep in the cloister library for safety. 2, what you witnessed was only the back half of the drama. This has been going on all evening. The timeline is actually kind of complicated, so bear with me. Once you found the book about 20 minutes after the train left the station, I confiscated it and immediately put it in my locker. About 40 minutes after that, I realized someone had broken the lock and stolen the book. 20 minutes after that, we found the book again, but it had been defaced. A bunch of pages were ripped out. And that brings us to the last hour of this whole affair. 3, I have absolutely no idea how whoever did this got the chance. The lockers are right there. And it's not like we've had much to distract us. So you have the book now? Yes, it's safe. Can we see it? Absolutely not. No one touches a single page of the Rainbow Emotion Saga until we get back to the caverns. There's also this part where... Yeah, that sounds great. Let's go, Joey. Okay. It's locked. When you try to pull it open, Zephyr steps on something. Interesting. Oh no! What's wrong? Nothing. Huh. Did you step on that thing? Oh, interesting. Yeah, Joey, what do I do? What do we do? These kits are really expensive and time-consuming to make. This is a disaster. There's no way we can fix it without the proper tools. It's okay, Zephyros. Accidents happen. And it was pretty irresponsible of the owner to leave something so fragile on the floor like that. I'm sure they'll understand. Understand? Mercies like me have been called for less. Wait. Take another look. Here's the crack from where you stepped on it, but there's another one running in the opposite direction. It was already broken when you stepped on it. That's why it was on the floor. Someone else must have broken it and tried to ditch the evidence. They knew someone else would accidentally step on it and take the heat for their crime. Alright, Lisa Joy says they are falling asleep in their chair, so they are going to go, call it a night. Alright, good night, Lisa. I'm probably going to stop after this car because it is getting late. And then we have probably, I'm not sure how they're going to break up the cars, but probably 2 more cars left. Like a blue-purple. It's going to be like, I imagine it's going to be the blue-purple car and then the Sea Dweller car. And so I'll finish those tomorrow night. This car is a long one. Yeah, I can tell. So yeah, we'll finish the Ace Attorney section, and then we'll finish the last 2, I assume, cars tomorrow night. Just gonna say that, throw that out there. They knew someone else would accidentally step on it and take the heat for their crime. Wow, Joey, you sound just like a Fuck! You sound just like a lawyer already. Do I? Yeah, you spend more time in this car than any other, just as a heads up. Oh, so maybe I could finish tonight after this car then. I still want to finish this car, no matter how long it takes, because I'm already into it, so, But yeah, we'll just let this car be and then whatever is left to finish tomorrow night, we will finish tomorrow night. Zephyros, yeah. I think I got a little carried away at the end there, actually. There's no way to prove all that stuff I said at the end. But I definitely don't think you're the one who broke it, Zephyros, so don't worry. Whew. Anyway, let's hold on to this. It might turn out to be important. Evidence! Hooray. Why is it not showing up in the inventory? I know it's... okay, it's not... Obviously, it's not showing up in the inventory because we're not going to use it. We're not going to, use the use function with it. But still, this is your inventory. Inventory items should go in the inventory. Anyway. Veronia's stuff. Let's not burglar her a second time. Broken drone figurine was added to the court record? Exactly. Wait, what's that? Oh my goodness. She has the missing pages with all the naughty scenes in them. Oh! She must have ripped them out to protect her cloister. Joy, wait. You aren't reading them, are you? Shh! Oh my god. These aren't even that dirty. Pages added to evidence. Suitcase belongs to one of the Jades. You don't know which one. There's no pattern, just a weird pattern. I'm gonna dig through the rest of these, though, just to be safe. This must be Daria's. Is something wrong, Joey? She's just really cool. Oh, there's a bunch of nail files in here. Ouch, they're super sharp. Yeah, some of them are sharp for extra long claws. I don't think Daria would mind if I took one. Oh, okay. Joey is too gay to live, yes. And also, one of the other things that was sort of established in Act 1 was that Joey may have a thing for green girls? So. This is totally Wanshi's, isn't it? Hey, Wanshi! Let's go. Let's do it. Kagawa life. What does she say again? This is just filled with Soldier Purbeast books. Are they any good? It's got a lot of fans, but I could never get into them. Maybe I can weed run after we get on the express track. This bag is filled with participation trophies. Only in there would be proud of winning Tidier of the Month this many times in a row. Wow, she'd make a great low blood. Wait, is that a boy band magazine? Oh yeah, an H2D fan mag. They're huge right now. I can't get into their music though. And Lara has a ton of nail polish in here, too. Wow, maybe she's more girly than I thought. Okay. We got a magazine now. Okay. That is all of those. Oh god, we haven't even talked to the Teals yet. Okay, well, first thing I know. You should keep these to yourself. Okay. Whew. I am above the petty drama of hysteria, anchorites? Of the hysterica anchorites. I only care about facts and reason. I can't believe Theseus is making me do this, always getting into things with her crazy theories and her political thoughts. She isn't really making you do this, though, is she? She told you to stay out of it, actually. Yes, of course she told me to stay out of it. She always tells me to stay out of it, sweetie. But I can't resist organizing the pathetic lives of trolls. But I can't resist organizing the pathetic lives of trolls. It's so gosh darn addicting. The world is filled with ineffectual mismanagement and regulatory malpractices, and less aesthetic bullet journals with garish color combinations, and someone must do something about it. And useless aesthetic bullet journals with garish color combinations, and someone must do something about it. And who better to whip everyone into efficient machines of bureaucracy than Stelsa Cezanne, auditor in training here. Here's my card, darling. Ring if you need my services. Wow, thanks. I don't think we'll ever need an auditor. Hand that card right back then. I hate to waste neon pink cardstock. It takes me hours to bedazzle them. Aw. So you're not even a lawyer? A what? I mean, you're not even a that. How are you going to prosecute effectively? I may not be interested in judicial law, but I'm certainly more equipped than the so-called defense to handle this case. Besides, I can't resist the large crown man with the expensive blowout he might decide to redecorate if I decline this. Besides, I can't resist the large clown man with the expensive blowout he might decide to redecorate if I decline this opportunity. By redecorate, I mean he will repaint the car with a fresh coat of teal. Yeah, I got that. I don't think Joey picked up on that subtext, but I did. Okay, well, I don't know. I still don't think anyone's forcing you to do this. Pish posh, it's much too late now. I'm in it to win it, and I will crush the opposition under my impeccable Lewis volition patent stiletto heels. Fall season. I just wish I didn't have to play along with my dear ZZ's silly political fantasies. Whew, political fantasies. What did you mean by silly political fantasies? Oh, you know, same old, same old. My ZZ is a results-driven go-getter who thinks outside the box. It's an enviable skill set in certain legislator resource pools. She may give leadership a shake-up, but always for the betterment of the Empire, of course. Wouldn't it be? I mean, her hard work is all for the sake of streamlining the process, but the way she tries to eliminate pain points tends to push the envelope. Hop to it, miss. We don't have all night. About you and Theseus. Hey, so what's the deal with, you know, you and Theseus? Louis Vuitton. Okay. Louis Vuitton? Okay. I mispronounced the name of a fashion thing? Okay. Hey, so what's the deal with, you know, you and Theseus? I know it's a... Do I look like somebody who knows how to pronounce shoe brand names? Do I look like I know anything about fashion? I am wearing a Has-Been Hotel t-shirt. And this is me dressing up. Just putting on my nice Has-Been Hotel t-shirt. Sweetheart, you need to treat me to a luncheon involving a glass of fermented purple sphere liquid and a nice grub cheese plate before tossing those implications around willy-nilly. I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything by it. I guess it was a stupid question anyway. This Despite any hot goss you may have heard on the down low, I assure you that Tesius and I have nothing but the reddest feelings for one another. In fact, there isn't a hint of any gray or black in the mix whatsoever. Okay. Huh? I admit we certainly have our professional differences. She just drives me up the wall sometimes. She never schedules anything. She would let me give her a makeover, and she definitely doesn't appreciate the benefits of a good networking event. But trust me, dear, I deeply enjoy her company. She really keeps me sane. I'm amazed by all the knowledge she's got locked away in her think pan, and how she efficiently and pseudo-metaphorically slaughters her opponents at practice trials. And oh, she's so gorgeous. Those deep-set eye bags are like a natural highlighter combo. And in the end, that's why I love her. Wow, you two sure seem like great gal pals. Oh, poor baby lesbian. Oh, Joey. You don't even understand. You don't even know. You should have spent more time talking to Elward. Yes, just gals being pals. Yep, that's exactly what Stelsa was describing. Just gals being pals. Bye. Hey, I know what it looks like, but I have nothing to do with this. If I had been the one to steal part of the infamous Rainbow Emotion Saga, I promise I never would have returned it. Actually, could we strike that from the record? How do you know so much about the book? I have an interest in, salacious historical artifacts. I never thought I'd run into one here of all places. Usually, even professional prospective editors could only hope to touch a book like that one, on the ugly end of a low-blood rebellion. I don't know why I'm having trouble with her quirk for some reason. And just like the long E's just sort of throw me for a loop. Perspective editor? Yes. It's a branch of the ahistorical mythology where you help the government decide which historical documents are advantageous to the Empress and which should be locked up or purged. Most people think it's boring work because you spend a lot of time reading old ledgers and requisition records, but you wouldn't believe the things you learn about the past from this stuff. Of course, there's the added benefit of being the only one who gets to see them at all. Oh, look at her. Look at this little gremlin. Wait. Are you saying that you study these historical documents and then you just lie about what's in them? Yes? Oh, it's definitely harder when you read it out loud. Why else study history if not to control it? That's a quote. If you put history into the hands of the people, you'd end up with total anarchy. Just look at what's happened here. Excuse me. Hello again. Nice evening, isn't it? Why are you in such a good mood when everyone else is freaking out? An innocent troll with nothing to hide sleeps the sleep of the just. I've got a cup of tea, an absolutely devastating haircut, and a front row seat for what promises to be some especially juicy justice, free of charge. I mean, I can't argue with that. Anarchy sounds like an improvement on Eternia. Yeah, it sure does, doesn't it? Hang on, 1 second. I remember that my hard drive was pretty full when I started this Let's Play, so I'm just going to check to make sure. Okay, good. I still have 50 gig free. It occurs to me I've been streaming for like almost 6 hours. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't about to fill up my hard drive. Anyway. The only thing missing is snap kernels. You wouldn't happen to have any snap kernels, would you? No. Pity. Anyway, the name's Tagard Gorjak, but you can call me Gorgor. So, can you prove you weren't involved in this crime? Cynicism and distrust, both of which I can... Cynicism and distrust, both of which I can respect. Of course I can prove it. I can prove anything, however far-fetched. But you'll need to pay my hourly billing rate, of course. Just sign here. You want to charge me to prove you're innocent? It's hard work being innocent. You want me to do it for free? How do you expect to make any money? Well, okay, but if you can't prove you're innocent, your name may come up at trial. And you know, people get convicted for stuff they didn't do all the time. Don't you watch crime shows and stuff? Do you guys have those? We have public callings every so often, if that's what you mean. As a matter of fact, it is. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Okay, I'll prove my innocence for you free of charge. I hope you're aware that I wouldn't extend a special offer to just anyone. I couldn't have done it. I was in the Load Gapper. Oh, but wait, the book was found in the Load Gapper. Indeed. But I promise you that the full hour I spent in there was devoted to nothing but the diligent evacuation of my internals. Okay. You. But how do we know you're telling the truth? That is an awfully long time to be using the bathroom, isn't it? What's in any business of yours how long I take in the Gapper? To be honest, we members of the legislature profession are prone to load blockages and slow disgorgements. Ugh, too much information. The Load Gapper security video will show beyond a reasonable doubt that I was closeted with my bowels, and so nowhere near the scene of the outrage at the time it took place. Aha! Yep. I don't see a tape in there. What's a tape? Oh, right, your planet probably hasn't used tapes for hundreds of years. It's how we record videos. Yes, they have security video in the bathroom. Chat is appropriately disturbed. They're like a little black box with 2 spools of magnetic tape in them. And as it turns out, it plays the video. And as it turns, it plays the video. Whoa, that's amazing. We just use grubs. Grubs? Like insect grubs? Yeah, they're linked psychically to a CPU or something like that. And this is just like a naturally occurring thing on your planet? Well, in the old days we used to farm them, but natural-born memory grubs can only store a terabyte of information maximum. Now they're cloned and grown in giant vats in some Imperial ships out in the galactic border. So they're just slave bugs. When you put it that way, it sounds really sad. Your planet has a lot of sad things, Zephyros. I know, but that's why the Tetrarch is going to change everything. If you say so. It looks like we're going to need something sharp and thin to pry the grub out. Right, let's go see what we can find. Okay, well, we got that. Wait, is this just footage of people using the bathroom? Creepy. Yeah, but nobody looks at grubs like these usually, except for a security drone. Like the same robot things that blew up your hive? Are they supposed to... They're not supposed to be... They're not supposed to be robot things. Yeah, there are a lot of different kinds. I don't know if I'm ever going to get used to this place. Oh, good. You shouldn't. Alright, so... They're locked. Okay. What's up? Whew. Not ready to start the trial yet. Stelsa. Bet she's having a meltdown. And you're laughing about it? Don't worry about her. Stelsa's got her top buttons up so tight she's gonna choke. She needs to have her feathers mussed once in a while. Keeps our relationship... interesting. Alright. Can you tell me more about the defensive lawyer? I don't know much about it. Seriously? You've never watched, like, Law and Order Subjugulator Stop Ejaculatory Unit? Slop Ejaculatory Unit? Well, maybe not from that particular spin-off. Yikes. Alright. Well, first off, I think you're under the impression that a legislator only manages the court block. But that isn't the case. They also have to find evidence, sniff out clues, and seek out the guilty party. Like a detective. Sure, I don't know. It is only then that the legislature drags the suspect before his honorable tyranny engages in a veritable battle of ancient law that can last for days. Until his honorable tyranny gets bored and vores the loser. That sounds awful. No offense to your vocation or anything. None taken. Unlike the defensive legislature process I am proposing, where the trial is all about having a dialectic and finding the truth. A traditional legilacerator determines guilt right off the bat and commits to their initial impressions from the get-go, no matter what truths emerge in court. Guilt might as well be judged by the flip of a coin, if luck even mattered at all in these things. You don't sound too happy about it for a Teal. Well, let's just say I've got a lot of qualms with the process. Alright. Okay, I'm not going to start the trial yet. Despite the hip new defensive process, you'll basically be following in the footsteps of the leagues of the legislator legends that came before you, legilacerator lessons that came before you. First, you must take statements from all involved parties. Second, you must gather evidence and determine your timeline. Third, you must decide your plan of attack so you can defend Daria and crush your opponent with no hesitation. Isn't our opponent your mate sprite? Yep, that's what makes it all the more invigorating. Anyway, after you've sculled around and interviewed everyone and dug up all the evidence you can't find, come back to me and I'll get this tyranny to start the trial. Alright, still have to talk to Hugh, and I think talking to Hugh is the last one. I'm gonna need to stop after this because talking is getting exhausting. Sup, Joe? Are you hyped for this? Hyped for this or what? Yelled lol. Actually, I'm pretty nervous. I'm totally new to all this legilacerator stuff. Mail, don't freak out, buddy. I don't care if you do something wrong, because everybody participant in the trial will be encouraged to commit to less naughty acts just by witnessing the utilitarianism of the means of punishment. No matter the outcome is a moral victory, buddy. Holla. Skit, scrap, rop. Wow. No wonder they picked you to be the judge. I hope I'll be able to convince you of whatever my case ends up being. I'm sure you'll put on a hell of a show. Actually, yeah, stopping now might be a good idea, because if this is really going to be Ace Attorney, which it probably, if this really is going to be Ace Attorney, which it probably is, then this trial could take like an hour. So With that, we have reached the point where I believe I've gathered all of the evidence. I have talked to everybody. Save. I have talked to everybody. I have gathered the evidence. And when we return tomorrow evening, we will begin the trial. And then we will do the last 2 cars. And I imagine after we get to the front of the train, that will probably be the end of the act. Judging from the subtitle. So, with that, I will bid you a good night. So, tomorrow we will resume this tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time as this one. Actually, no, I think I might want to start earlier. I might want to start at like 7 o'clock. So the start time will be an hour earlier than it was tonight, just to be safe. Because I do work tomorrow night, and I want to make sure I have plenty of time. So, D&D. I know D&D. That's still plenty of. Yeah. Well, yeah, we might run up against D&D with that. Well, I should have time. I think. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like my DM is warning me about D&D tomorrow, which I remember. I remember we have D&D, but we'll probably be done by then. Probably. So yeah, probably an hour earlier, and I'll just pretty much be going straight from D&D to this, which will be a lot of fun, I imagine. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Time, we will probably finish this. It feels like we'll be able to finish this in that amount of time. So, I will see you all then. Bye-bye.